welcome to Tips and Techniques. Today we're going to talk about our seat. Our glutes are a very underused muscle. They're one of the biggest muscles in the body and we do not use them enough. So glutes are essential in a lot of the Pilates exercises to really take the pressure off the rest of the muscles in your legs. To find them is not always the easiest thing to do. We also want to wrap your seat. There's no clenching involved. We'll come back to that later. So to wrap your seat, I want you to stand up nice and tall with your feet in a Pilates stance. Your heels should be together, your toes should be slightly apart. Now, if you draw those heels together, you should find a wrap in your seat. Your glutes should go, oh, hello, I'm awake. This may not come easy to you. If, like me, you overpronate, your arches tend to drop into the floor. If this is the case, it's harder to wrap your seat. So just think about lifting your arches off the floor slightly. It's a bit like turning your knees out and then squeeze those heels. That should wake those glutes. So if you do overpronate, just remember to lift the middle of your foot. Those arches, these little bits here, we want to just lift them off the floor. I do this by thinking of turning my knees out slightly. So your toes stay down on the floor. It's just lifting that middle part of your foot. So it's turning it out, squeezing those heels, and you should find those glutes. Now, that is a wrap. It's not a big move. Again, it's like a scoop. If you have it on full, if you're wrapped hard, you're not going to be able to move. So just be aware of your volume control. Your little volume knob, use as much as you need. So wrapping your seat is one thing. Clenching it is something else. If you're pulling it in as if you're in the middle of the field and you've drunk 2 litres of water and you're in trouble, that's not what we want. We don't want that clench. It's much more gentle, it's just a wrap. It makes them feel alive, makes them feel awake. And you're like, hey, here I am, I'm going to do some work for you. So that is your wrap. Remember, if you're struggling to find it, lift your arches slightly. Okay, when we're down on the mat, there's another couple of tips to help find it when you're working. If your legs are out long in front, say if you're doing roll up, or you're doing spine stretch forward, or saw, there's quite a few exercises where your legs reach long. Now you want to be using those glutes to help you move. For some people, it works by pressing your heels down. That makes them feel alive. Some people, imagine pushing your heels away, that wakes their glutes up. For me personally, I find if I think about drawing those heels towards me, my glutes wrap. That's what's pulling my heels. If I wrap, pull those heels in, my seat wakes up. Again, don't force it. Don't do it too hard or you won't be able to move at all. Just be aware of pulling those heels in, waking them up. Make them do some work for you. Okay. Another thing is to not lock your knees back. If you're at all hypermobile, your knees, when you're sat with your legs out, might want to knock back. If they're locked back, it's quite hard to get those glutes wrapping. Same goes for if your legs are in the air. When you're reaching them long, those heels need to be squeezed. It's called the heel to seat connection. Wrapping your seat works by squeezing those heels together. That's what gets that seat. If you're pulling your knees too tight though, you might find that your seat doesn't work. So make sure your knees are relaxed, your heels are squeezed, and your glutes should engage. I hope that gives you a little bit of an insight into how your glutes work. Think about it when you're working in your exercises. One other little technique, just to make them work, is if you are reaching your legs away, say in double leg lower lift, if you think about lengthening your leg away and lifting it up, it works better than lowering. Lengthening really encourages those glutes to wrap, so you're lengthening your legs away and lifting it up. So think length, think heels. That should get your seat working. Your glutes are your friend, they're going to support your abs. You want a good support act for a successful night. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye.